load up. Let it load up. All right. We are live. First and foremost, I know when y'all see this new screen on your screen, the new background, y'all see it says talking with the lens, but it had an X on it. Cause baby, this is something new we're doing. It's sports with the lens, baby. Sports with the lens.
Sports with the lens.
All right. I'm here, baby. All right, this is basically talking with lens takes on sports. All right, everything to do with the lens, but hey, this one specifically is about sports, baby. All right, here we talk about football, basketball, soccer, hockey, whatever's popping at the moment. We're talking about it, baby.
All right, I'm gonna add to you. We even go across the pond. We talk about F1. We talk about MotoGP. We talk about cricket if we need to. It don't even matter.
Hey, whatever.
Talk about it all.
Whatever is popping, we talking about it, baby. All right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, speaking of that, a little soundbite real quick. Just a little soundbite.
Mm-hmm.
Arlington Stadium, 2025. Big things are coming.
I happy you said that, brother. I happy you said that. But hey, in case y'all did for my brothers, because I don't know you haven't seen the new stuff. I'm about to show y'all real quick.
Hold on, excuse me. Before we get started with that. That's nice. I like that.
All right.
But before we get started with that, I think we should do like a self intro. Everybody do their self intro.
All right. You want to start from me and work to everybody else? Oh, all right, go ahead.
No, I'll go first.
All right, bet.
Hey, it's your boy, D Nix. It's on my shirt. Nixon. I go crazy. I go ham. No, I'm just playing. But I do go to the weight room. I do love sports. I do love motorcycles. I do love MotoGP. I love talking about sports. I'm glad we started this. I'm excited. This is the first show. It's only gonna get better from now on. We trying. Hopefully we can get up to a level where we at Nightcap competing with Nightcap. That would be crazy. But that's all I had to say for me.
All right, Sam, you want to go next?
Nah.
You want to go?
Got it.
All right.
Hey, on this show, his name is Sam the Scalpel. He'll be cutting deep.
All right, Sam the Scalpel. I like it.
Yes.
All right. Give me 1 second.
Thank you.
All right. So, in case y'all don't know who I am, I'm that boy Mike Q, aka Lens Mickens. All right. Here. Oh, she almost started. Do my talk with the lens intro.
You know who you are?
Who?
You Joe off of every Medea movie. That's who you are.
So, again, I'm a sports fanatic. Little background, I play college ball. So I know what I'm talking about when it comes to football. F1 fanatic. Getting into MotoGP. I'm getting into basketball as well. So hey, we here to talk and hey, I hope y'all here for the ride.
You should have paused after that, but I'm gonna let you make it.
I mean, we was all waiting for it.
My fault. My fault. Heavy pause. My fault.
Jesus Christ. Anyway,
as for myself, I've been coined the Scalpel by my fellow podcast members, but I'm Sam. You will soon learn why I got the term or the moniker the Scalpel. I am a big time wrestling fan, both WWE and collegiate. I do like football, have a passion for football. I can debate basketball, and I'm getting to other things relating to sports, including the backsides of sports, such as the media takes and just overall what makes it go. Salary cap, trades, everything. Just expect a lot of good content coming out of this particular part of it. We did this to take the stress off of talking with the lens, because that's more of a broad spectrum. This is more of a specialty. So you get 2 doses of the same type of flavor. It's kind of like Rocky Road and then, of course, a fudge brownie sundae or something like that. So Enjoy, people.
Yeah, church beat.
All right. Fazo, you want to do your intro, man?
What's up, y'all? I apologize for being late. Somebody decided to get in an accident in rush hour traffic, so that's just beautiful. But yeah, no, it's Fazo. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get this. No, let's go ahead and get it going. I don't got much to say.
All right.
I got
The
much to
next,
say
I'll let
today.
you take the role. That's right, guys. I'm not the host today. I'm not host of sports, baby. Yes, sir. So D-Nick, take it over, baby. Woo!
Well, how am I gonna take it over if I don't control the screen?
Hey, brother. Just tell me what you need. Just tell me what you need. That's why I'm producing.
But what we doing for? Okay, so we talking about the Bengals game first, or no?
Yeah, we can talk about that game first.
Up to you, man.
Hey, that was a crazy game though. That
It
was really
was.
like a crazy game. That was
really
a
was.
great game. That was. Hey, you seen when Lamar stiff armed him not once but twice, and then threw a dot in the back of the end zone to Likely, right? It was
That
Likely.
was crazy. Yeah, it was.
That was crazy.
That was crazy.
You know what quarter that was?
Crazy.
Would y'all say?
So
let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all think that who do you think fumbled the game, basically? Or like put it like this: who do you think?
You actually
Who do you-
fumbled.
He did, low key. But who do you like? Did the Bengals lose the game, or did the Ravens win the game? You get what I'm saying?
So
I'm gonna go last.
The Bengals lost that one.
I'll go first, right? So there's three. Then not gonna show up on the island, right? There's three positions the Bengals had where they should have scored, right? Right. What the first one was in the second quarter, right? They drove down the field. They got pads. They was on the Ravens side of the field. They were on like their, if I'm correct, they were on their 43, right? Joe Burrow, right? If you go watch the play, Joe Burrow had a dude wide open and on a post down the middle of the field, right? To be fair, he was getting rushed, so he probably didn't see him, right? But he ended up taking a sack that play, right? So it ended up becoming second, like in 15 or 16, right? The next play, they go as an OC. I hate when I see this, right? You get your quarterback gets sacked, right? Why are you going ahead and run the football next? Now, to be fair, I'm a defensive minded person, so I don't completely understand as a OC if
that. So I'm the more offensive kind of person here.
Mm-hmm.
Me in my head, whenever a quarterback gets sacked, that means they're going to bring pressure. You already know they're very confident they're going to bring pressure. Me personally, I do a draw play to get them off.
So that's understandable, right?
Yeah, I'll do a draw play so I can use their
aggressiveness.
Aggressiveness against them. Doing a straight stretch or a regular dive is stupid.
So, because that was said, they do like typical run, like obviously, like let's run a play action, but they do regular runs.
Why they do that. Yeah. Now that I don't understand why they do, but I've seen work effectively. A team would do a draw play after a quarterback sack. You're about to go home.
So look, this is my look on it.
Mm-hmm.
T. Higgins cost them the game.
Okay.
The reason why I say take away the fumbled snap for the kickoff, the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
Joe Burrow is 30 for 39, 392 yards, basically 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, only 1 interception, right?
Yes.
We already know their run game is a run game, right? Jamar Chase went for 10 receptions on 12 targets, right? Mike Gesicki, 2 for 2. Everybody isn't good. T. Higgins, 14 targets. He got more targets than Jamar Chase and only had 9 receptions for 83 yards. Every time they threw him the ball, he had like 4 key drops. Say you want all this money, you want to get paid, but then you have games like that. So me personally, just looking at the stat line, because I feel like the defense honestly showed up when they needed to. Joe Burrow showed up. Jamar Chase showed up. Mike Gesicki showed up. Zach Moss showed up. Everybody showed up, except T. Higgins. but you the main one want your money.
Okay.
And you know this is a game that y'all need.
Okay. So now I can be surgical, right? This is I want to go last to see how y'all head was leaning towards or what was on your mind. So let me be surgical. This is a total team loss. This is a total breakdown of coaching and coordination. Okay. We're acting like Joe Burrow has been Joe Burrow all 5 weeks of the NFL season. The answer is absolutely not. They are 1-4. They was literally one. They are now 1-4. There was 1-3 going into this game, playing completely poorly. Now, the one thing that criticized the Cowboys, they don't have a run game, so you have to lean on your passing attack. Okay, cool. The passing attack hasn't gotten home. What about the defense that has yet to be repaired for the last 2 seasons that Joe Burrow has been in the league at least somewhat healthy? Okay, let's go into the coaching philosophy. What have you do to improve this team, knowing that your flaws are still what's being attacked? Is Joe Burrow not being rushed to being blitzed as much as Jalen Hurts was last season? He is. Did he have the opportunity to win the game? He did. But if you're going to put the faith of the game in your quarterback's hands alone with no supporting cast, he is going to lose. What did the Ravens do differently that the Bengals failed to do? I addressed my needs. I need a running back. Derrick Henry, come on. Okay, we got rid of Patrick Queen, but we still got Roquan Smith. We'll go to the draft. We'll build and we'll develop. That is a total team success and why the Ravens won. The reason why the Bengals are losing and are losers, and the reason why I call Joe Burrow overrated, because that total team philosophy, coaching, and coordination is piss poor management. There's no
But
way that Joe Burrow can't stay healthy at least for 8 games. There's no reason why Jamar Chase is pouting not getting paid. There's no reason why you didn't replace Joe Nixon in free agency. There's no reason why that offensive line has not been repaired. There's no reason why the defense hasn't been repaired. But you want this team to go be competitive in arguably the hardest division of the NFC? I mean, the AFC? Come on, man. You're
but
asking for this coach to get fired.
but my argument to that is, Sam,
Mm-hmm.
I hear what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I really do. It's a total team
Mm-hmm.
failure.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's a total team failure. But you can't in this game. In the other game. I'm talking about this game right here.
Okay.
You can't tell me 30 for 39 on basically 400 yards passing and 5 TDs is not doing your part. Now I know what you're saying with everything else, but again, besides T. Higgins, and yes, they didn't have a running game, and their offensive line has never been good.
Okay.
Everybody else showed up for that game. That's why I went to overtime.
So I'm gonna tell you this right now. You're not gonna like my answer, right? But I'm gonna give it because it's necessary. I have no excuses for nobody. What did Dallas do versus the Steelers? We had a 1-hour delay. Dak had 3 turnovers, 2 in the red zone. One completely blew my mind and still won the game. And CeeDee Lamb was a non-factor. Jalen Tolbert was the leading receiver, right? Listen, good coaching, good coordination, and most importantly, players who know how the game is going to go. They know how to win when it matters the most. Joe Burrow had that game won, right? Even if it went to overtime, even if he knew that I have to win this game, I can't rely on nobody else, because if that's the case, why the fuck is it a shootout? This was literally the highest scoring game the NFL has seen so far. They scored a combined with 70-some points.
Yes.
Does not sound like, hey, I'm gonna put the faith into the kicker. That should be like, hey, I'm gonna win this the fucking game, because right now the flow of the game is too critical for anybody else but me to handle. Me and Jamar got to figure it out, and that's not what happened. But look how the highlights you're saying about Lamar Jackson. He stiffed arm a defender twice and threw a complete dot for a touchdown. Joe Burrow, that is the standard. Dak Prescott throwing the game away and in the winning, that is the standard for great players. There's no more excuses. You went to the Super Bowl. You got that same fucked up team you took to the Super Bowl. You cost them the game too.
So what is he supposed to do? What is Joe Burrow supposed to do? He put up 400 yards, 5 TDs, and literally only missed 9 passes. And those 9 passes that was missed was those, most of them was drops by T. Higgins. So what are you supposed to do as a quarterback?
Which one was the interception? Which one was the interception?
I don't remember that play. I really don't remember that play.
Okay, I do you one better, right?
It was earlier in the game.
I'll do you one better. I'll go back to that because that's the only quarterback I can think of that is in this category. CeeDee Lamb is getting triple teamed. I'm not gonna throw you the ball, dude. You're not catching the ball. I'm not throwing you the ball. I'm gonna open up for other people to step up. Joe Burrow, if you know T. Higgins is not hot, Jamar, it's me and you until we can figure this shit out. That means we got those screens. We gotta run the ball somehow, some way. If we gotta figure this offense out, we gonna do it. But T, you're not it right now. You need to go figure this shit the fuck out. And coach, get his fucking mind right because this is a divisional rival. We gonna see them again.
But he did. That's the thing.
Yeah, and see, and we all know this. Go ahead.
The thing is, it's like I think it's like a basketball mindset also. If you keep on shooting and you cold, you ain't hitting nothing. You know, you just can't shoot your way out of certain things, and that's something that Higgins should have done. He should just sit himself down. And
okay, there you go.
Somebody else.
So,
but see, who's the thing though? The quarterback is still giving him looks.
It was a bad throw by Burrow. I ain't gonna. I said he was covered. He shouldn't have thrown it. But
I'm just confused on y'all saying he only had how many attempts he had? He even had that many attempts, and he dropped. I think.
You want to see his attempts? Oh, hold on.
Yeah, I'm about to pull it up now. I'm looking at it because it was just
I can't see everything on it.
You just gotta click on my thing. Click on the actual thing.
Whoa, hold on. What you mean clicking your thing, bro? What you talking about? What you saying?
Okay.
9 receptions for how many attempts?
Bro, T. Higgins had 14 targets and 9 receptions.
That's what. But bro, you can't just. I hear what you're saying, but in order to relieve Jamar Chase, in order to relieve Jamar Chase, you can't just drop back and keep throwing to Jamar. They're gonna start. He's already getting double teamed most of the time. So if you just completely X out T. Higgins, now me as a DB in the mindset, not D. Mike, you can attest to this or not. You're not even throwing that way, so I'm not even worrying about that over there because he done dropped multiple passes, and on top of that, you ain't even looking his way. So if I'm a safety and I'm on the left hash and Chase is on the right hash, I'm sitting center field. I'm sliding a little bit. I'm cheating over to the right hash. I ain't worrying about T because you ain't drawing up no plays for him. And if you do, we can just rally to him. He may get like 1, 2, 3 yards or whatever if he catch the ball because he's been dropping them.
Okay, so here's the problem with that, right? So you got T. Higgins. He had 4 targets, 9 receptions for 83 yards. He averaged 9.2 per catch and 2 touchdowns. That's production. That was like a problem to me. But let me look at the other targets. So why did Mike Gesicki get any more looks? When he had 2 targets that whole game?
Because Mike Gesicki is not the main person they try to get the ball to. I know where you're going.
Uh-huh. How about Zach Moss? Why we're not running screens from Zach Moss? He had 4 targets, 3 catches. He averaged 9.3 a catch, and he had 28 yards while he wasn't getting going.
Because that's not their strengths. Their strengths is out wide.
Again, coordinating, coaching. There's no reason you didn't focus your other weapons.
But at the same time, as a defensive coordinator, they're going to trying to stop your strengths.
Yeah,
but
can I say one thing? Right, one thing we're failing to realize. Right, you got really every team goes to a game with a game plan. Right, yes, they can avert from it. Right, but if the running back or the tight end not in that game plan for that week, you're not going all of a sudden in the middle of a game be like, all right, bro, we just gonna start focusing him. All we're gonna do is start maybe calling more plays.
Are you talking about from the defensive end or the offensive end?
On the offensive end, you're not going to just switch up your whole game plan. Like you don't see that very often where a team switches up their whole, like let's say, right, running back having a great night, right? We're not going to switch it. We might be a pass for team, right? We're going to still throw the football heavy, but the amount of touches he might be getting that night will be slightly a bit more. Slightly.
Okay.
So let's say he averaged like 15 touches. Tonight he might get 20. He might get 25. He might get extra 10 touches because he's having a good night.
So Mike, once again, I don't have any excuses. Like I said, this is the scalpel talking now. I don't have any excuses. I don't have any mercy because this is why. Even though you have a primary game plan, you always play to what the game flow is. The game plan only matters until the game starts. And that shit can go south real quick. For example, I've heard you and D Nix talk about times where you have to switch assignments. it wasn't because one was playing bad, but the game flow was dictating that one of y'all was better suited in one area and the other suited was in a different area. I'm looking at the Cowboys. They were against the Steelers, arguably a tough defense. Every single target I can name, literally, I'm counting maybe 10 players average more than 10 yards a catch from Dak Prescott. And CeeDee Lamb was one of them. You incorporate everybody. You scheme for what the game is giving you. That's why having repetitions and having backup plans and just going with the game flow is important. That's good coaching. Good coaching, good coordinators ensure if shit hits the fan, we're not getting shitted on. That's not what happened with that's not what was going on with the Bengals. They're relying too much on star power. You open up the playbook when one of your stars is being overlooked. You should be like, okay, we can go run this like we did in training camp. Here's your opportunity to get some snaps in. There's no reason why there's only 2 Bengals players or 3 Bengals players have at least close to 10 yards per catch in that game. Dak Prescott only had 352, and everybody had damn near over 10. Everybody pretty much had a first down. Average. That's not an excuse, man. That's coaching, and that's not understanding the game flow. Period. Especially if your defense cannot save you, you gotta do what you gotta do. It's the game. There are so many factors that could have led to the Bengals being successful that didn't happen. But again, they held to Zach Taylor way too fucking long. He should have been got a long time ago. They should have went ahead and moved on from the defensive coordinator. It's time to rebuild around this team because you're not gonna get shit done with these coaches and these coordinators and this culture. It's not happening. It's not. I tell you what, if this was we just seen Robert Saleh get fired and Aaron Rodgers played poorly. So is Zach going to get walked out?
That's actually the next question I was going to ask.
Yeah, because the head coach is responsible for the culture. He coaches the coaches, and he's responsible for the player management and the culture. If you're losing games and your players are looking like shit, you got to go. So why is Zach still here but Roberts is gone? I'm just saying.
Let me ask y'all this, especially.
So,
are the Vikings really like that?
Yes, who? They really like that. They really like that.
Who?
The Vikings really like that. They really like
that.
No.
I
don't care what nobody
absolutely
say.
Not.
They really like that.
No. It's too early to call. It's too early to call.
As of right now, they really like that.
Mike, we've heard this song being sung a lot of times. There's always one season where one team takes off faster than everybody else, and everybody goes buck wild, and then reality happens.
That happened to the Steelers like a few years ago.
The Cardinals, the Eagles.
We have to. The thing is, I say wait until or when is their bye week, or have they already been on their bye week?
They're on their bye week now.
They're on the bye week now.
Yep.
Wait until a game or two after their bye week, and then that's gonna really tell.
Yeah, week 8. I'm saying wait till week 8, mid-season. We gonna see because they do. There's a team that does this shit every single season.
That's just not.
Who have they played again?
Faster than everybody else.
They play some viable teams.
But like I know, we all know this. It takes teams training camp and off season. All that shit takes time to mesh into. Some players microwave faster than others, but those teams that go up to a fast start, they struggle going to the playoffs. We've seen it every season. It's the teams that get hot after week 8 we're afraid of. The 49ers is a prime example.
Yeah.
And listen, both their seasons so far with even with Brock Purdy, it was always 2-3 or 3-4. They was always losing, and then here they are in this fucking championship later on because they clicked at the right time. I don't trust no team that's winning. It's too early to call.
So you're saying the only reason they won that game is because Aaron Rodgers had a shitty ass game, basically?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is the problem, but again, I don't take him seriously because it's not that time right now. We ain't even at the trade deadline yet. We're still getting to understand what's going on with the game. It's too early to call. Are they nice? Yes, but Aaron Donald is going to be Aaron Donald, and we know exactly what that means. It's a matter of time.
Okay. Well, Mike, I'm gonna go to you. What happened with your Saints, man?
All right. Let me pull it over. Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell you
what happened.
All right.
Last week. Was it not just last week? He was talking crazy.
I was talking crazy, bro. But to be fair, I was being a fan, not being a sports guy at that point. I was being a fan, right? So I'm gonna tell you what's going on with the Saints, right? One, right, injury, right? Sam kind of brought it up before the podcast started, right? We're dealing with heavy injury, right? We have 3 offensive linemen out, our starting quarterback out. We have our center of our defense out of the game. He's out. Taysom Hill out, who had become a very viable, like a very important piece to our offense, is out. We have a cornerback out. We have a defensive lineman out. Like, the injuries are stacking up on us right now.
Okay, but that's not what I'm asking. I'm talking about why it's not working. So why y'all keep trying to bomb it down the field every other play?
Derek Carter. So to be fair, right?
For a reason.
To be fair, right? When we hired this OC we got now, right? He said he wanted to make it really simple for Derek Carr. So I'm expecting this, right? Well, I'm thinking is right. He got 2 reads, right? If read 1 not open, he throws it automatically to route 2, right? And to be fair,
That's
I think
terrible.
it is. And also he does what we do like we do when you play with Tyreek Hill and Madden, right? Tyreek Hill down with someone, right? That was fuck Derek Carr doing with Shaheed.
Yep.
He said Shaheed is down there somewhere, and he thinks that. So basically, what he's saying is my player better than yours. So I'm gonna throw it down there because I feel like he can outrun everybody on this field right now.
Yeah, but that only works when you don't have Chris Jones in your face as soon as you take 1 step back.
But to be fair, the 3 games we lost, we have our first round pick is out. Who been blocking him? Who actually first 2 games he looked great. So
I've never seen a defense shut down y'all best player, and then on top of that, being able to defend elitely the pass. Yes, shut down both operations of your offense.
So, like I said,
to the T.
I'm gonna say this one thing about Alvin Kamara, right? One thing I had never seen in Saints history is us do well with just one running back. There gotta be a second running back there always gotta be a second running back who could take some of that load off that first running back. All right, we have Mark Ingram. All right, yeah, Alvin Kamara, right?
Sproles.
Yep, and Sproles, right? But before Mark Ingram and Sproles, it was Sproles and what's his name? I think Pierre Thomas. I can't remember his name, but last name was Thomas. He was our bruiser back, and Sproles was our speedster / yeah. So right now with the Saints issues, right? Technically, Alvin Kamara is not a power back. He's not really truly supposed to be a in between the tackles type of guy. He's supposed to be an outside edge receiving back.
Which is crazy because he's a big guy.
He is a big guy.
He's very nimble though.
But he's not an in between tackle guy. So
them hits are killing him.
Yeah.
Mike, stop. I wish you could bullshit the people. Let's be honest here, right?
What? I'm not bullshitting.
The problem with the Saints. I'm just messing with you. The problem with the Saints, from what I'm seeing, right? I'm not a fan. I'm just an analyst, right? I'm just reading to the subject. Derek Carr is a victim of same thing Jalen Hurts is going through, right? He hasn't held on to a coordinator or a coach for long periods of time to mesh with. Now, granted, he's reunited back with Dennis Allen, but Dennis Allen is a defensive-minded head coach.
Yep. Sure
cool. Okay, so tell me this: outside of John Gruden, what system is he a disciple of? Because I don't think fans don't understand this, but not every player can fit into a certain type of scheme. Derek Carr is not a high-paced West Coast offense guy that you can throw a Shanahan system into. He's not going to make it because he has to be comfortable with that pressure coming every single snap at random times. That's not him. Derek Carr has never been the type of quarterback you want under pressure. He's going to make a mistake. Even with a good offensive line, he is going to make a mistake. He is a sit back, read and react. That system they run with Clint Kubiak is get it out quick. He's not that kind of guy. He likes to bomb it downfield. So what I think
he holds the ball way too long.
Yeah, but see, that's what he's used to. That's how John Gruden groomed him. No pause. But that's how he was. That's how he was developed. He was developed to be that read and react, field general. You're asking him to be an improviser. That's not his strong suit. Now, I can tell you what you should have done. If you'd have flipped Baker Mayfield with Derek Carr, you would have no complaints right now.
No.
Tell me I'm lying.
I'm not lying.
Yeah, that's
I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah, I love that Baker Mayfield right now.
That would be a great fit.
That's my problem, right? That's why I get on people for the schemes. Like the players is one thing, but that Shanahan style, that's not for everybody. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, let me get one of them Shanahan disciples to run this shit." You gotta have the players that are able to develop in that scheme, which takes time. Y'all ran that shit too early. You opened the playbook and that pace was too quick. Hence why you have all these injuries. Goddamn, not McCaffrey, but give me a running back. Fucking Alvin Kamara. Oblique issue, ankle issue. You're gonna fuck around and lose Chris Olave soon. You're gonna lose Rashid at some point. You already lost all damn near 3 starting linemen. It's a system that does not have forgiveness if you are not a disciple of it, because it's asking too much on a short period of time. That's like going from a marathon runner to a sprinter. Difference.
Bro,
and on top of it, y'all played Dallas and y'all went all in with the stupid, but that's just me.
Bro, like literally, I don't know what's wrong with y'all defense. Y'all just couldn't stop them tight ends at all. Like,
I ain't gonna lie.
But I understand it was a Patrick Mahomes effect at the same time, but still, I mean, it was times they had no receivers on the field. All tight ends.
Oh yeah, the 4 tight ends.
I ain't gonna.
That shit was funny.
So one thing I'm gonna give Patrick Mahomes, bro. I'm gonna give props on one thing, bro. Them motherfuckers are escape artists, bro. Like, I watch him play and I watch him escape passes all the time. But I want to post that how many pressures he had and how many sacks he had. This man got pressured a lot throughout that game, and almost every time he got pressured, he was out of there.
But my thing is, as a DB, if I see that there's 4 tight ends, I'm not worrying about getting beat deep, right? Now, I know what you're going to say, oh, scramble, it can work, this and that. But, like, I'd rather just play man up and not have to give up. Because they kept attacking the center of y'all defense.
Yes.
The whole night. Like, y'all tried to play like a cover 2 the whole night, and it wasn't working. Like, they just literally kept attacking. Now, I understand the scramble drill and all the other stuff, but, I mean, the one thing that could defend the scramble drill is man. I feel like. Because apparently the zone wasn't working.
So, let me say one thing. We're typically a man team. I don't know why we came into this game not winning man. So, but I did do the injuries, right? Because typically speaking, right, the Saints defense, we had to Dennis Allen, bro. He's heavy pressure, heavy man. He said, if you're going to beat me, you're going to beat me over the top of my head.
Yeah.
Like, that had Dennis Allen.
Travis Kelce is not running past nobody in the league. He's just physical and knows how to get open. But if you man up on him...
He got a little wiggle stick, too. He got a little wiggle stick.
I mean, that man looked
slight.
That man looked like a bag of Jello running down the field to me. But
the crazy this should be work. I'm about to say he got a little wiggle. It should be working.
It worked.
Whatever he does, bro, he just know how to get open.
Yeah,
Simple as that. He just knows how to get open.
That's true. But I mean, I would honestly say, like, this is like an honest statement. I feel like he only gets open so much because Patrick Mahomes, he scrambles for so long.
That's the thing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why, because they both practice that scramble drill. They just know each other so much that whenever Patrick Mahomes goes a certain way, Kelce already knows where to go. It's simple.
And it's easy when your quarterback can make all the throws too.
Yeah, and it makes it worse that Patrick Mahomes draws so much attention when he starts to improvise. So
you forget about there's a whole big ass tight end just running around,
bro.
It
only got sacked twice.
Would it have not made sense? Now I know it would have been a hard, but I mean you're playing the Chiefs. It's gonna be hard regardless. I know this would have been a hard assignment to draw, but just playing kind of like a soft rush, kind of QB contain, and just literally just be in their face, man up. Bump them off their route, throw off the timing.
You know what?
Whatever you have to do.
You know what I'm gonna say? What the biggest issue was with that game is this 102 rushing yards.
That is true. Hunt
That-
was running.
That right there is not Saints. That right there ain't Saints football though.
It's right when you do that, right when you give them that soft contain and all that, that's you're gonna give up the rushing yards.
I mean, hell, they gave it up anyway.
But I mean, it's gonna be even worse than shoot. You be looking at a somewhat closer game to about blowout.
Like
that, really, that 102 could be doubled if they did that soft contain.
It's looking like y'all just didn't have an answer for him. That's what it's looking like.
We truly.
You still on top of that, you still can't give Patrick Mahomes that much time. Still can't. Because he's gonna dissect you. Will dissect you.
Like that man, y'all defense really didn't have an answer for him, especially when they came out in that 4 tight end set. They can run the ball and they can play action and they can just run regular routes.
One thing is, bro, we don't see that shit in film. That shit look a little confusing. Dimitri, you can understand that. We don't see that shit in film. That shit look a little confused. Like, hey, these motherfuckers never read this shit. We had practice this shit. What the fuck going on?
See, Mike, I would argue this too, and again, this is kind of another knock from when I was, ripping up the Bengals. Y'all did the same that the Bengals did. You force-fed one player the whole entire game. Like Chris Olave only had two receptions for 6 targets, right? And y'all focused solely on Rashid Shaheed. That for his name to be running like that is criminal. He was y'all leading receiver, and everybody else just got lackluster targets.
Actually, our leading receiver was Alvin Kamara.
No, it wasn't. I'm looking at the stats.
I'm looking at it right now.
Your leading. Listen, Rashid Shaheed had 86 yards. Alvin Kamara had 40. I don't know in what world does 40 is more than 80, but you let me know on the back end.
My fault. I'm looking at receptions. My fault.
Yeah, I'm saying in terms of production and the receiving, he was y'all's best receiver, but here you are with Chris Olave, who only has 4 targets for 2 yards. I mean, for 4 targets, 2 receptions for 10 yards. How the fuck your best receiver would have 10 yards is mind-boggling.
Can I say one thing? That nigga.
No,
my fault.
But go ahead.
My fault. He's gonna leave after his rookie contract ends. He's leaving. I do not see Chris Olave staying with the Saints.
He's gonna stay.
He's not gonna stay.
Mike, who's
especially
no?
He's not staying if Adams show up. He's not staying.
Because you came drafted to the team to be that guy. First round pick, you came here to be that guy. And you're not even really getting the opportunity to be that guy.
If Adams showed up, if Devontae Adams go to New Orleans, he's not going to leave because he, like you just said, he wants to be that guy. He's not going to be that guy while Devontae Adams is there.
And to be fair, honestly, the crazy thing is what Chris Olave is that like Chris Olave is right now is how I feel with Michael Thomas. He got the king in that Michael Thomas treatment when Drew Brees retired. Like, because Michael Thomas was used to a Drew Brees, right? Whether I'm open or like truly open or not, Drew Brees would throw it to me. And
well, I mean, this man literally would get his head cut off just to catch the ball for y'all. I can't tell. There's a highlight tape out there of him getting his head blown off constantly catching the ball. Y'all throw that man in the harm's way.
Hey, one thing about Drew Brees, I would say that dude don't understand. One thing I don't understand about Drew Brees, bro, if he sees a smidge of the space, like I can fit it. That's his motto. Like I can fit it in there.
Hey, right, Mike. Listen, I ain't mean to cut you off, D-Nix, but I got an answer to your question, y'all's question. Yeah, Mike, I just need you to understand this. Remember when I told you a few pods ago when I'm like, y'all the oldest team in the league, damn near? I'm going to read some numbers. Remember, I was telling y'all in the beginning, I'm going to be doing a lot of deep diving. I'm looking at y'all salary cap. I'm looking at right now, y'all are 23rd with active space with like $3 million right now. But that's going into next season in 25, dude, y'all are dead last with literally negative $96 million. Derek Carr right now has a cap hit of $51 million. Marshawn Lattimore has $31 million. The where the fuck Ryan is, he has 29. Alvin Kamara has 29. Cam Jordan has 20. Taysom Hill has 17. Eric McCoy has 15. Peyton Turner has 13. Demario Davis has 12. Maurice has 12. Carl Grandson has 11. Tyrann Matthew has 11. Chase Young has 9. Chris Olave has 6, and he's due for a contract next season, and he only takes up 2.4% of y'all's cap space. How are y'all gonna pay this man?
He's not staying.
I'm gonna tell you one thing. I'm gonna tell you one thing about New Orleans. Ignore that cap space thing. We have always been either last or close to damn near dead last. We always figure out somehow to pay these dudes. I don't know how. I don't know they're doing black market shit.
I'm gonna tell you how.
I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you how. Because y'all always get y'all city obliterated by a fucking hurricane, and then y'all get that red cross that Red Cross money. And instead of donating to the city, y'all play y'all damn. That's what it is. That's what it is. You get all that donated money.
I'm telling you, I don't know. Free money. I don't know what New Orleans, what the Miss Benson doing, but Miss Benson become them checks somehow, some way.
I don't know, bro. But see, like even then, right? Even if y'all was to kick the can and do a reconstruction, you'd be like how y'all are now with can't guard Mike. Y'all owe him $9 million. You owe Jameson Winston $7 million. So if you kick the can, you're gonna just add more. You know, you're gonna add more money to the voided years, and still end up having to owe him some money. So financially, bro, I don't know what the fuck y'all was doing, but hey, go crazy.
I'm telling you, Sam, that it been like that for years. When we first got Drew Brees, it was like that. It has not changed. Since Miss Benson been the owner of the Saints, it has always been like that.
Well, it's gonna stay like that. So while they stay the same, I'm gonna ask y'all this because ain't nobody really talking about it for some reason, except like one or two people. The statement made by the North Carolina Panthers head coach, I forgot his name, basically stating that he pulled Andy Dalton to protect him after I think they lost one or two offensive linemen, and to protect him, they put Bryce Young in. They fresh quarterback they just drafted last year.
Oh, Dave Kennels?
Yeah, whatever his name is.
That bastard.
I was like, that's a crazy statement to make. You basically said to protect our secondary quarterback, technically, that's the secondary quarterback, we put our starting first rounder in to get beat up more, even though his confidence is already shot.
Oh, I read it now. I'm reading
it. It's feasible. I mean, you want to protect the hot hand.
So then why don't you just put your emergency quarterback in?
Who's the emergency quarterback?
Exactly. Exactly. He doesn't matter. But
at the same time, you want Bryce Young to get experience.
He had a whole season, bro. What are you talking about?
Bro, he gonna need more than just that.
Bro. But how you gonna get experience if he's just getting hit and beat up the whole time? Like you basically said,
you gotta learn from you gotta learn from the shit end of all different types of sticks.
This whole last season was the shit end of the stick. And he didn't even have no stick. It was just shit.
You still want him to go out there and still go out there and perform. Him sitting on the bench and just watching somebody get their ass beat is not the same as just getting your ass beat.
He got his ass beat for 16 games.
You ain't gonna learn much from it. I mean, we can say the same thing.
Oh my god!
Do y'all want to hear the actual words he said?
Hey, look, before you play that, before you play that, Michael, what did we learn our senior year when we got our ass whooped game after game after game? It didn't take 2 seasons for us to learn that we suck. It took really three or 4 games of constantly losing. I didn't need to go back for another season and lose again to know that we suck.
All right, fuck that. I'm gonna tell you how I learned we sucked in college, right? All right, it's week 3, right? We play against. All right, I ain't gonna say who the head coach was. You can look him up. But I play at Howard Penn University, right? We play against a school called Belhaven in Mississippi, right? This school is technically supposed to be the worst team in our conference. Remember, this is supposed to be the worst team. That's what our coach kept on saying. The worst team in our conference, right? Should be easy done. This is what my DB coach was telling us. Right? We go down there and get swapped, kicked, punched. We got bullied that game, right? We give up over 300 yards passing. We give over 150 yards rushing.
Damn.
All right? As a defense, right? And then my head coach came in Sunday after team meetings. At position meetings, at our team meeting, and the first thing he told us, right, was everything's okay.
No, it's not.
As a head coach, as a player, as a player, the last time we hear from my head coach, we got our ass kicked by the quote unquote worst team in our conference, that everything's okay. No, because you need to be clicking the red button, something like bust the fire alarm. Like, it's emergency time.
We're going to play the clip, though. We'll play the clip real quick so we can continue talking about it. Come on, man. What is that saying? You cannot. Like it'll be different. It'll be different if it was like, okay, he didn't play the whole season last year. It'll be different if he was like, he didn't start the season this year. He played all of last year, started the season this year, and then you're gonna say, oh, we got to continue to get you live reps. He got live reps, and that's why you took him out. If anything, get him live reps against the practice squad, build his confidence back up. All you did was take him and beat his ass again.
I'm gonna tell you what the crazy thing is. He basically said, y'all, he's not starting a quarterback for the Carolina Panthers going forward this season. That's basically what he told us.
That's what I mean.
That's basically what he told
you. We already knew that. You already knew that.
But that
But what I'm saying
confirmed.
Is that's your quarterback for now.
No, we already know that. We already from the game that Andy Dalton went crazy. We knew that.
But look, that's your quarterback for now. That's supposed to be your quarterback for the future. So you're just gonna sit. I don't even know. If I went in there and bothered my mom, kept asking if I can go outside, and she say, "No, you can't go outside." If you ask me again, I'm gonna come in there and whoop your ass. And okay, I come right back in there and whoop and ask you again, and I get my ass whooped. What that's gonna do for me? Now I don't want to ask you at all.
Thing is, I'm thinking of it as Bryce Young goes right now. I got my spot taken. Andy Dalton is certainly gonna keep my spot. Yeah, of course I'm getting these reps in practice. No, he probably wants to go out there and just play. He wants to play. And then the coach saying that the offensive line banged up. You're just gonna throw Bryce Young out there.
I'm not going back out there.
It makes sort of sense because did he have a line last year? He was
talking about
for his life. He has better wheels than Andy Dalton.
But I'm talking about from the player standpoint. The player standpoint, if for 21 games straight, count last season and the 4 games he played of this season. 21 games straight, I got put my ass in the dirt over and over and over and over, running like that, doing that, just getting pops, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you bench me, and then as soon as you see him getting the ass whooping, basically, now you want to put, no, I'm good, coach. And if you cut me, you still got to pay me.
Thing is, he don't have that mindset. He has I wanna go out there and possibly do my best, and he tried his best. He like as the coach said, he went out there with energy. He went out there willing to actually go out there and play. That's what you want to see in players. You don't want to see a player like, oh, he getting his ass whooped. Hell no, I ain't trying to do all that. That's what they call making a business decision. That's what the Raiders got a problem with right now.
If I'm Bryce Young, I'm telling the head coach, hell no, you're not sending me back in there to get my ass whooped more. I'm telling my team, hit up Cleveland, hit up the Raiders, hit up as of right now, as a trade, maybe Miami. Get me up out of here. You're not going to send me in there just to be a punching bag. No. Especially if I just started my career. This man been in his career. No. No. I'm not going back in.
So let me ask this, since some people say it makes sense. How ethical would it be for Mike McDaniels to let Tua come back a week or two earlier from concussion protocol?
It would make no damn sense.
Okay. So if that don't make any sense, and arguably Steve Kerr letting KD play on a potential torn Achilles didn't make sense, why are we making sense of a head coach pretty much greenlighting putting his player in a potential harm's way based off how the game is going?
That's what I'm saying.
They don't even have, you realize they don't even have a emergency quarterback. They only have 2 quarterbacks on their roster. 2. There is no third guy. It's a guy from the practice squad, but he hasn't been called up. So if you literally lost both quarterbacks, who's your backup? Who's that person's backup?
So then potentially, as in a scenario, Andy Dalton stayed out there and got hurt. Now you don't. Now you stuck with Bryce Young.
Oh well.
You were stuck with him last year. You
Run
still
the ball.
technically stuck with him.
That's why you have Miles Sanders. Run the ball. If the pass rush is getting home, you run the ball. That's why their running back gets paid. He get paid to take their hits, not the quarterback. You run the fucking ball. You open up the pass attack. But if you're constantly getting ate the fuck up, why would you send another quarterback out there to get ate the fuck up, and you have a running back that get paid to get popped? I don't understand the concept here.
I don't understand why.
Thing is, I feel I understand that part too, of the running back and all that. They're low on running backs as of right now. Also, Brooks still haven't came back off of IR from tearing his knee up in Texas. They're I think they literally only have like 2 running backs.
But it's easier to find a running
But
back. It's easier to find a running back than a quarterback.
they got 4 running backs currently. They got 4 running backs, so they're not short on running backs. They got Miles Sanders, Hubbard, Chuba Hubbard, weird ass name, Mike Bowman, what's this, Raheem Blackshear.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, again, you protect the quarterback. You protect the quarterback from the pass rush by either blocking better or running the ball. That's just
They can't block for nothing.
Well, hey, I'd rather have a tackle for loss than have a potential sack that ruins my season.
So they rather
At least somebody getting that pressure.
So they rather, correct me if I'm wrong, Sam, when I say this. They rather watch Bryce Young get beat up all season long last year. Not pull him out, just watch him take hit after hit. He's not that big. What are you like? 5'11", 6 foot, like 100 like 80 pounds, 85 pounds, like that.
Yeah,
So you rather see him get hit by a 320-pound, 295-pound man over and over and over. But God forbid Andy Dalton get hit one too many times. Oh, let me protect him. This is that. If I'm Bryce Young, you watch me get my ass whooped for a whole season. This is my first season. Not even like my second or third. My first season. Now I know what you're gonna say, but it's only been 4 games. Aaron Rodgers been looking like shit for the past 3 games. They didn't take him out. He's 40 years old. I'll take the 40-year-old out before I take the young man out. I gotta build his confidence and build around him. Me personally.
I agree. Yeah, I think that was
it shows what they're about to do in draft. Also, they obviously know Bryce Young ain't the one.
But
they
say
tried that whole year. They tried that.
He ain't got nothing to throw to.
Right. I mean,
he ain't had no blocking.
Thing is, I mean, that's technically not his fault. I mean, we seen it with Mac Jones. The dude didn't have shit. He didn't have shit at all.
But Mac Jones had more than one season to prove it.
No, he had that one. He had that one playoff year His first year. After that, it was stank. He got up out of there.
I thought he played for y'all for like two or three seasons. I
He
thought.
played 2 seasons. His first year he was good. Second year,
Yeah.
stank out. After that, he was out.
And see, I will go back to my argument. Well, not my argument, but I will go back to my points that I've made. That's a failure of coaching and coordination because you have to develop players. I mean, like I said, I'm going to use my team exclusively because that's who I know well. Dak Prescott was he grew up in that system. Now, granted, it changed to a more shorter version of the West Coast offense. Obviously, not the Air Cornell system, but he adapted to it. He took the time to get to know the system, right? And even then, they still kept his quarterback coach with him for a while. And even then, they kept him familiar with who they're talking to. You can't microwave these players. Not everybody's gonna walk in and be Patrick Mahomes, right? I'm telling you now, Jay Daniels is gonna have one good season, and then we're gonna be ripping him apart 2 seasons from now. I'm calling it. He's not going to be the next best thing, right? But that's the expectation that we're asking for. Mac Jones, Zach Wilson's another one. Jameson Winston, RG3. Some of these quarterbacks that get shitted on. Look who was coordinating. Look who was the quarterback's coach. Look at the talent around them. It takes a village, and if the village is doing poor, the product will too.
I'll give y'all a prime example, a personal example. And Mike, don't interrupt me when I say this. We was in high school. I hated my cornerback coach. That motherfucker got on my fucking nerves. Like, bad. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss like that. He got on my nerves bad. Because he fit Mike in his lazy ass personality. Right? His nonchalant personality. He just wanted to sit back and cover 2, and that's it. I was more of a press man. I wanted to press up, play man, lock up. That's it. When we did that spring game, Sam, I'm not kidding. When we played man the whole game, I literally had the best game, spring ball, the best game for myself of that season. Right? Here come Mr. Mack. We're gonna sit and cover 2. We're not gonna press. So what I'm saying is, yes, it is all about your coaching and how you gel with your coaches and your scheme. Because I damn sure didn't fit in that scheme, but Mike did. Because Mike can press, but he wasn't as physical as me. So he rather just sit back and read the ball and read route concepts. I just wanted to be in your face. That's all I wanted to do.
To be fair, you right, Demetrius.
Here you go.
I understand why you said that because one, I'm not as athletic as Demetrius, right?
Go ahead. I didn't interrupt you. I mean, you didn't interrupt me. Go ahead.
So when it comes to the scheme run, first of all, it was Coach Mack who ran the scheme. Really, Coach A, that was his scheme. He didn't want to force us into cover 2 because he didn't trust the DBs would be able to run man the whole game. But
I did actually.
To be fair, I mean, yeah, let's say, brother, I wasn't gonna run a man the whole game.
I'm about to say, then you want Houston short ass getting
cooked,
getting head top.
Oh my god, that was anyway. Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
So run it. So Sam, so the dynamic of our team, right? Man didn't fit. All right. Our dynamic of the team really well. Now Demetrius got the short end of the stick, obviously playing for that team, but
it's not even that. You put your 2 shortest corners out there. You have 2 corners that are 5'10" and 5'11". You put your corners that you put a corner out there against a 6'3" receiver, and he is 5'5", and you put another corner on the other side who is 5'4". Against another 6'2" receiver that can run.
Dude, I don't know why y'all did that. Y'all,
Look, I can't speak on that because I was the other starting corner, and there's a reason why I didn't get that many targets because they see somebody shorter than me on the other side, and they're like, "Fuck, target the dude who's about the same height as everybody else. I'm gonna throw it to the short guy because ain't no way he'll be able to lock him up the whole game. Ain't no fucking way."
And Sam, we played Cleveland. I said Cleveland. Cleburne. That was the only time me and Mike played on the same on the field at the same time during the season.
And that because
and
I had
guess
to play
what
slot.
happened? Guess what happened? We was playing on the same
What
side,
happened?
and they never came to that except that one time when you got cooked. But that was anyway. We had a
Do you
whole
know why I
third of
got
field
cooked? It's your fault.
cut
Go
off.
ahead.
It wasn't my. All right. Anyway, we get listen. Long story short, I was watching this man in the slot get cooked by this white receiver,
You're just staring at him, just staring.
And the receiver in front of me was just staring. We watching them going at it. Then he ran around my receiver. My receiver just standing there. I'm watching Mike run to catch up. I said, okay, Mike got it. Whatever. It's cool. No, it wasn't cool. That man ran right past us. And Mike tried to make a play. It didn't work out. He scored a touchdown.
Yeah, I took the ball. So he threw it closer towards the front of the end zone than the back. So when I tipped it, I thought I tipped it out of bounds. But by the time I realized I tipped it, I realized he had about extra 4 yards of room to catch the football. And yeah, he ended up catching it.
I ain't gonna lie. I was watching like a spectator. Only thing I could tell Mike was damn. My bad, Mike.
Like
I had an assignment.
At that point, like only thing I could do better in that play was the fact that it was catch the football instead of go tip it or knock it down. Like only thing better I could do.
But anyway, to get back to the point, Sam was correct when every coach, every scheme has worked with every player. And I feel like Bryce Young has not had a coordinator, nor the pieces that suits him well for what he needs. If that makes sense, what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's fair, honestly. I think that when you're first overall pick, I feel like you have to give him at least 3 years. At least 3. Because you ain't got nothing. So you have 3 years to build. Year 1, you get him. Year 2, and then year 3. After year 3, if he still ain't doing nothing, you're justified.
Makes sense to me.
I'm glad it's fair to say.
But
anyway, getting into the next thing.
Last thing.
2025. Yeah, last thing. 2025. F1's supposed to be coming to Arlington. It's supposed to be IndyCar. Yeah, Indy. My bad. Indy. My bad. My bad. Indy.
It's Americanized.
So it's still something crazy. It's still good.
It's still something nice, but it's like it's Americanized F1 as I said. It's not as good as F1.
Hey, well, listen, I'm all ears. I don't know nothing about car racing.
So
I'm all ears.
I can speak on it a little bit
I can speak on it too. Go ahead.
Because I got family who go to IndyCar races. Fazo. Actually, y'all both know them. Eric,
yeah, of course.
You know, they be going to those. So the thing about IndyCar racing, right, is there's not like F1 where is multiple different types of turns you're going throughout the race. Typically, at least IndyCar races I've seen, they're about I think there's like 4 different turns throughout the track.
Yeah.
And
aren't they like all lefts?
Yes.
But it's supposed to be going around. It's the Arlington Stadium, and then where else?
That's nice.
It's supposed to.
It's a nice track.
So for what I've seen and what side the stadium is on, I think they bought out a piece of their parking lot. That they were
no, I have the full schematics of it.
You do?
Send it. Come on now.
Send it.
I do this.
Send it. Put it in Discord, please.
So why y'all talking about that? So y'all don't think if they do this enough, will y'all think F1 would ever come participate on that track?
No.
Yep.
They had to redo the track.
Fuck no.
First
off, we got Austin.
And
they're not finna no.
Well, Phaeton.
No.
Phaeton.
They're not going to because they're already pissed enough about the Vegas because Vegas was a straight shit show. We don't have that many well of tracks of even to be in F1. Our main notable track is
the Austin one.
There's another one, the Austin one, and there's another track that we actually have
Miami.
in the States. That is no, not Miami, But there's another one. There's an actual another one that they don't even use no more. I forgot
Oh,
what state's
freaking
in. There's another track that's actually viable that people would rather see that track than Vegas. I wouldn't mind either.
So
I think it's like I forgot what state's it in.
correct me if
But
I'm
Hey,
wrong, Fathan.
check,
The
check the recorded chat. It's in there. The schematics. It's. I like the idea of it. It's going to be circling around two different stadiums, Arlington and Global Life Field.
thing is, like a track like that, like hold on, let me look at it. But a track like that wouldn't do F1 well because just looking at the dynamic of an F1 track is very complex and difficult. There has to be a certain amount of miles of a straight so they can have DRS. There certain had to be certain turns, kincades, there's different different type of turns.
I ain't gonna lie.
You know, I like that track because that track shows like I like
That's like I would say that would be a good IndyCar,
So that
a
turn
good IndyCar
6
race. That's
will gonna be an issue in F1.
let me see.
That
Yeah,
that big
yes.
is that big
That
U
yeah.
will be an issue in F1 because they're driving too fast.
I think
Because
that would be great for
And
MotoGP though.
then that long straight, the corner 9 to 10 is a hell nah. It is
oh
a hell nah.
look, had that, but that's
It's
so
a hell nah.
so to be fair, right? So let me look up how fast the F1 car goes because also only F1
It's
runs
about
it.
210.
It's kilometers, right?
Yeah, 210 kilometers. About
This will
210
be
to about 220.
this will be great for MotoGP.
Yes, it would. So F1 cars can reach over 230 miles per hour. The fastest recorded speed is 231. But the average is 210 to 220 for F1. And the
I believe
IndyCar,
IndyCar goes faster, right?
no, is it? On the map, it said top speeds of 180.
So
That would be a slow.
if they took away turn 6 and changed it to whatever, and then you said which other one?
That's a lot of turns.
And
They would have to shorten
track,
that 9 to 10. They would have
yeah.
to shorten that nine to 10. That wouldn't work out. They would have to take out 6. Other than that, it
It
would
would
be
be
a viable
viable.
track.
Yeah.
It would be a viable track. Definitely that turn to 4 to 5 is wonderful. But then you have to make the 5 corner. The 5 corner is gonna have to be a little more tighter, like how it is for like corner 8. Make it like a more tighter corner, so they will actually slow down because they would put in too much speed. They would put in too much speed in for that corner 6.
Okay.
Ain't gonna lie. It's just 9 10 is too long. That acts for
Yeah, that's
accidents in
very too
F1.
long. That is very too long. You ask, bro.
That acts for accidents
That's
in
way
F1.
too long of a DRS. That's
Because
a way too long of a DRS, and then you're pretty much telling them to stop on a dime on corner 10
Is
while
that
they're
a
bringing
street?
in. Huh?
Is that a street or a highway? The
highway.
9 and
That's
10.
a
Look at
that looks
no
like
street.
what street is that? No, that's a street. That's that look like ballpark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ballpark.
So
Hmm.
That's that street that's going through Texas Live.
okay. I know you're talking
Yeah,
about now.
yeah, it's right
We
through the
good.
hotel Texas Live. Yeah, that's ballpark. That's Randall. No, I lied. That's Randall Mill. That's Randall Mill because that's because the Walmart's in the top left. Look at me.
Oh, it is
Hey, my
Walmart
area.
on
This is
top
my
left. You're
homeboy area.
right.
Yeah, this is my homeboy area.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's
Remember
Randall
them
Mill.
days?
That's a long road. That's a long. That's think about it.
That's a
Like
long
driving
road.
that. That's a long ass road. That's a long ass straight. That shit long as hell.
So what they gonna do about the curbs?
They going the curbs are probably going to be covered. It's gonna be covered.
Yeah.
Curbs are gonna be covered like how they do for Vegas.
Hmm.
But again, like streets. Okay. Also, another thing for F1, street circuits they're very loved or they're very hated. We like Monaco is a very loved street circuit. Vegas is a very hated street circuit. Miami, Miami only gets by because it's a tourist attraction type city. That's the only reason why, and the
They're
track
like,
is okay. The track is literally just okay.
yeah. I think the racers love the atmosphere as far as being in Miami versus the actual track.
Yes, exactly. They love the atmosphere of being in Miami. I think they full out just straight at hated Vegas because one, it was cold. It was cold as hell. The track was piss poor. The environment was somewhat trash because it was cold. Ain't nobody out there. And then like the track itself, like as in the track quality, the condition of the track was trash. The track itself, as it was made, was trash. Like they didn't enjoy it.
I didn't watch this. I don't know what the
And
track
the
looked
thing
like.
is, us already having Austin, they wouldn't double deck it. They wouldn't double deck it.
Yeah,
Y'all race at Coda too?
Huh?
Y'all race at Coda too?
No.
Yeah. Well, where?
Coda in Austin.
Coda, yeah, that's the track. Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
that's the Austin track. Yeah, that's the
I
Austin
didn't know y'all raced there.
Yeah, that's the Austin track.
All the things fitting in them turn. Yeah, okay, never mind.
To be fair, the track probably widens depending on who's racing. Because they don't just leave the track alone. They actually work on track before races.
But yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
the Austin track. Yeah, that's the track that F1 runs. Yeah, and they actually they barely even like that track. To be honest with you, they want to get rid of Texas and they want to get rid of Vegas. They want to keep Miami because Miami cool. I think they wanted to replace. I gotta find the track. I think they wanted the Canadian track actually.
I mean, to be fair, there are no more American drivers in F1, so they got rid of the United
That's-
States entirely. I wouldn't blame them. But
Thing
hey,
is, thing is the only reason why you both know only reason why they keep in races in the U.S. and that's
ESPN.
just not even it's not even that.
money.
It's to bring in more like because F1
International
isn't
viewership.
big in the U.S. I'm about to say F1 is not big in the U.S. because you see most of the races, most of the pre's are way out of country. We're talking about Abu Dhabi. We're talking about freaking
China.
Yeah, the China race. The China one's nice.
China, Japan.
We talking about the Japan one. We talking about like the Europe. It's all throughout Italy and all that stuff too.
But Europe had most of the tracks though.
They do.
But it's more of a Europe sport than anything else, so it makes sense. Most of the drivers, majority of drivers are European. You ever a track in Australia?
I think I think it might be too hot.
It could be. It just hit me. It just hit me out of nowhere. Yeah, actually, Dina, they don't have a MotoGP track in Australia, do they? No. It might be. You're
No.
right. It might be too hot.
That's why they have all their races in Qatar at night.
Yeah, that's the same reason why they have the Saudi Arabia race at night.
Start with the M.
The what?
Don't the race start with the M?
M?
Yeah.
For the
Saudi Arabia and like Mo.
Saudi Arabia.
Started. Hey, Mo something.
You talking about MotoGP?
No,
that's
F1.
Magello.
I know what you talking about with D-Nix.
Hold on, it's like on.
It's Monza, right? Monza.
No, Monza is not. No. Monza is somewhere else.
I can't remember.
Cool.
But it's just literally called Saudi Arabia.
Why you looking for that? Hey.
That's literally what the track is called, Saudi Arabian track.
Oh, okay.
But
It's literally
this
called
time,
that.
y'all.
All right.
Monza, you.
I'm
hold
closing
on.
out. I'm closing out today too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Monza in Italy. I don't know what you talking.
What the fuck
Mike,
was I talking about?
that's another deduction from your percentage.
What? Talking about, bro? What are you talking about? What is the deduction?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, you're the one
Listen,
that said it's
I,
over.
I mean, I was gonna tell
Mike,
you, huh?
right now, you're I don't know if you're Doc Rivers or Tyronn Lue, but you need to figure it out.
All right.
Cut off your phone.
So I gotta close it out. All right. Again, thank y'all for this, our first ever sports podcast. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe. This podcast will be under this Talk with Lens umbrella, but look up Sports with the Lens. That's how you'll find this podcast. Sports with the Lens. All right, busroute.com/sports with the lens. All right. Again, this podcast will be on all same platforms Talk with Lens is on. All right. So make sure y'all go check it out. Y'all still be able to comment fan mail like you do with Talk with Lens. Everything's basically the same. So again, go check it out. Support this pod. Like I do support Talk with the Lens. And we'll catch y'all next time when we're talking about the motherfucking sports, my boy.
See, I'm supposed to know that whole last paragraph.
I'll write it down for you. How about that? But
Damn.
deuces.
Goodbye.
Horrible.